Hello everybody, my name is Daniel Smith. I'm from smithpics.co.uk and today I'm going to be using Photoshop to manipulate some of the images that I've taken. Just as a bit of a practice, I've been taking one person's nose off and putting it onto another person's nose, and I'm quite surprised at the results with the technique I've been using. Let me know what you think. Okay everybody, let's get straight into it. So I've got my two images here that I'm going to be working with, and I'm going to take this person's nose off and put it onto this person and blend it in a way that you will not be able to tell that it's not belonging on that face. So first of all, I've got both of those images and I'm going to go right click and edit in and press on edit in Photoshop CC, and I'm going to do that to both of these images. Okay, so I've got both of these images opened up into Photoshop right now, and first of all I'm just going to go to my other image. It's going to let me, that's that one. And I'm going to go to the lasso tool, and I'm going to zoom in by pressing Command plus to zoom into the nose, and I'm just going to roughly go around the nose like that and press Command J to take that onto another layer just here. I'm going to go to my move tool, I'm selected the top layer there, and I'm going to press on my nose and drag it over to the other image, dragging it to where I roughly want it and releasing, and it will place that nose for me. Command plus to zoom in again. As you can see, it's not lined up at all, so I've roughly got it where I would like it, but I need to make some fine adjustments, so I'm going to go to the puppet warp. And that's going to allow me, you can press on there if you want to see the mesh or not, but what I'm going to do is just zoom in a little bit more, so Command plus. I'm going to put a centre line down the nose, and if I press on any one of these points that I put on, I can actually manipulate the nose completely now. So once I'm happy with the position, I want that part to come in a little bit. I can also use the arrow keys on my keyboard. With that one selected, I can just bring that in. Or if I want to select more than one point, excuse me, I can press Shift and select more of the points. So I can actually move lots of them at the same time. So I'm just going to take that point up a little bit there, so just pressing the arrow keys up. I'm going to just bring that over slightly and just delete that one. Okay, and we'll just manipulate that a little bit, bring that point in a little bit. Selected too many there. I'm going to drag that up a little bit there and out like that. Okay, I think I'm going to be alright with that one there. A bit more of a tweak, bring that nose down a bit there. I'm happy with that, so once I'm happy, there are all the points that I've manipulated, but I'm happy with that now, so I'm going to press this tick button up in the corner, and that's that done. Right, so if I press Command and then go over to this top layer here and just press it, it's going to select that area again for me. And this time I'm just going to blend in the skin tones a little bit. So I'll go to Image and then Adjustments, and then I'm going to go to the Curves adjustment, and I'm going to select about the middle there and just see. I just want to bring the tones to be about right. Probably. Oh, that went really weird. So that's not too far out. I'm just going to OK that. And then I'm going to go to the same again, Adjustments, and then I'm going to go to Brightness and Contrast, and now I'm just going to lower or higher the brightness and contrast just to try and match it up a little bit more. So I'm happy with that. Press OK, and then what we need to do is go into the layer underneath, and now I've just unlocked that layer by pressing the icon here with the padlock, and that's important. We're going to hide the top layer so we can see where we're working, and we're on the bottom layer, and we're going to go to the eraser tool, and with quite a big tool so we can press the brackets to make it quite a bit bigger. I'm just going to delete or erase that entire area there. Totally gone. Then I can show the top layer again, and by pressing the Shift key I'm going to make both of those layers selected. Go to Edit and Auto Blend Layers, and as you can see I'm going to my settings are like this, so Panorama and then press OK. This is going to take a couple of seconds, but as you will be able to see, once I deselect the selection, so Command D, you can see it's made a really good job at blending this area in here. Still a bit of work to do, but we're now going to go into the fine detail of that. So again, we're going to select all of these layers now, so Shift and select all of them. And we're going to right click and we're going to flatten that image. That's all in one layer now, so we're going to now press Command J twice to make two duplicates of that layer. We're going to hide the top layer by pressing the icon next to it, and we're going to work on this layer here initially. So we're going to go to Filter, Blur, and then Gaussian Blur, and that's probably going to work for me, so I'll keep it there, but you can move the slider up and down depending how much blur you want. Now I want to just blur the skin tones enough for me to, this is actually the colour layer that we've just separated it, and this is called frequency separation. We've got the texture on this layer in a moment, and this is going to be the actual colour, so I'm blending that colour. I'm pressing OK, that's fine. I'm going to show the top layer again, and I'm going to select that top layer. I'm going to Image, Apply Image, and then this is quite vital. This layer here, we're going to select the layer underneath it, which is layer 1, which is here. We're going to Add, so out of these selections here, we're going to press Add. My scale is 2 and offset is 0, and I'm going to invert that image, and it should appear like this. Okay, so to make it really simple, we want to be able to see what we're working on. All you've got to remember is that this is now texture and this is now colour. So we're working on the texture for a start because we've got some hair that we would like to remove. So we're going to just make this look like it would do when we're finished. So we're going to blend layer, linear light, and then it's back to normal. Right, so we're on that layer. We're going to go to the clone stamp tool, and we're going to press Alt and select texture that we want to shift over to the area that we're going to be working on. Command plus to zoom in, and spacebar to turn it into hand, and so we can move it around. That's a little bit too close, so Command minus to zoom back out. Alt to select the texture, and as you can see, I'm just going to be able to erase these hairs just by shifting the actual texture. And let's just increase that line there. Let's make it look a little bit more realistic. So I'm going to go around the entire image, or around the nose area, just to try and blend in the texture of the skin to the new nose. And we obviously want it to look as realistic as possible. And just a note that my opacity here is actually set at 88%, and my flow rate is just lower than 100%, so 84%. And the reason why I've done that is so the join between where I've painted in and where I haven't is actually just slightly blended a little bit better, because if I did it too harsh, it'll just show exactly where I've been, and when you zoom back out you'll see that at least this way it's slightly off, and hopefully you won't be able to see it. So you can see that's blended in quite well. Spacebar to move around the picture with the mouse. I don't think you can see too much there, but I'm going to just blend that in a little bit better there, I think. Just take that down. And spacebar to move around the image. Again, you can't really tell with the texture, at least, where we've gone there. We'll just blend that in, and just here you can obviously see it quite well, so we'll just move some of the texture around and it'll all vanish. And that's looking fairly okay now. Let's shift that down a bit more. I think we're getting there with this. Right, so spacebar and move your hand around. Just here isn't particularly nice, so we'll shift that away as well. And I think I'm about there, so Command minus to zoom back out. Okay, so we're virtually there, but there are some skin differences, skin tone differences, which we could get rid of. So we're going to select the layer 1, which is under layer 1 copy. We're going to go to the lasso tool, and then we're going to select some of the areas that I would like to blend in a little bit better colour-wise. So I'll go filter, and then blur, and then Gaussian blur. And this time we're going to select it quite low, so about there I think, and press OK. Now, every time now we press Command F, it's going to repeat the last process that we just did. So as you can see, if we select that area there, you can see that the skin tones blend in quite quickly and easily. And we can just press that multiple times to bring the tones down. Repeat this over the entire image until you're happy with how it's blending in. And there we go. So Command D to deselect, and Command minus to zoom back out. And I would say it looks like it's quite a convincing image at the moment, so I'm quite happy to leave it at that. So to flatten the image, just to finalise what we're going to export, select the top layer, Shift, select the bottom layer, and then right click over here and flatten image. And there we go, job done.